Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear. Hopefully the audio's coming through. Let me check the video real quick. Let me make sure it's coming through. All right, hopefully the audio, all right, looks like it is, good. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're all having a great night. It's always a pleasure. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all of the people who came by, all the chatters, all the lurkers. You're all very much appreciated. Going to be doing something with the mods next episode. I didn't get around to doing it this week, but we're going to be changing up the whole mod situation, so I just don't need all these mods. Thank you to everybody who's been a mod. You've all been amazing, but I just don't need so many mods. So I'm gonna figure something out. I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna have to rearrange the system. But that's not a knock on anybody. Everybody's done an excellent job. It's just I've made too many mods. That's on me. That's my responsibility, and I got to figure something out. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Nutty. Welcome in, Susie Q. Welcome in, Elizu. Welcome in, Fallen Angel. Good to see you. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. Rosebud, good to see you. Fiona's Bob, welcome in. Hopefully you're feeling well. Olga K, good to see you, Olga. Hopefully you're having a great night. Nancy, good to see you, Nancy. How are you doing? Detective Coaches, welcome in. Good to see you, Detective. Rose Thorne, welcome in, Rose Thorne. Hopefully you're having a great night. Rose Thorne has an awesome channel as well. Be sure to check her out. She does a lot of awesome tarot and just great coverage of Girl World. I think everybody here already knows her channel, but if you don't, definitely check her out. And also check out Nutty and check out any of my other people here who have channels. There's a lot of anybody here, any of the mods, if you want to fix that. Oh, by the way, that's one of the things that I am going to mention. For anybody who does want to be a mod when I do change it up starting next week, the main things, and once I have the people who want to do it, then we're going to do some kind of a random drawing, because I know I'm going to have more people than I need. So we're going to have to do some kind of a random thing. But the people who are interested, the main things that you got to be able to do is you got to be able to post links quickly. And I wrote it down somewhere what the other thing was. It was like one other thing that I needed, but I'll look it up another time. It's not important. Anyway, Emily, welcome in, Emily. Hope you're having a good night. And my apologies if I missed anybody coming in. Faster than Foodie eating a floor quesadilla. She's gonna take it off the floor faster than a Roomba. Another red flag. She's got more red flags than a Chinese patriotism rally. I don't know. They got a red flag over there, don't they? Okay. Maybe somebody could think of a better analogy than me. Mine are pretty tortured today. So we're going to start off with actually like a bit of a retro react. Not a super retro, but like, I know it's still early in the show. People are still coming in. So here's a clip, some older clips showing Foodie's weight gain. Oh, by the way, let me do an introduction also. For anybody just coming in, this week we're going to be catching up on Foodie a lot, but we're also going to be covering some other stuff, some other Girl World stuff. There's a lot of good grocery hauls, which I always like to cover. But yeah, the Foodie recent news, and she's just been getting so big. She's been getting so darn big. So yeah, there you go, Steady C, perfect. Thank you for cleaning it up. Welcome in, Steady C. Thank you. All right. So let's get started here with the Foodie video. I got this one here is from It's Water Weight, a great channel. Be sure to check them out. Let me post the link for It's Water Weight. And also thank you to everybody who came by this weekend for the Glitter and Lasers special. I think I really enjoyed doing that special. If anybody did not have a chance to see it, definitely go check it out. The replay, you will not be disappointed. If you have any interest in Glitter and Lasers whatsoever, or if you have any interest in hypocritical influencers, definitely check that out. You're going to really enjoy it. And so anyway, I posted the link. This video is titled Foodie Beauty Morbidly Obese Journey in Kuwait, Part 1. This is actually from 7 months ago. So she's gained a lot more since this video came out. But this video just gives an idea of how much Foodie has gained in the last, when this video was posted, it was about 1.5 years into her time in Kuwait. Kuwait, as she likes to say. Okay. Oh, and Ramadan just started. Foodie had been talking some stuff about how she is going to try to fast. Yeah, right. Okay. So yeah, let's watch a little bit of this from, well, let me name the channel once again. It's Water Weight. Yes. Great clip channel. Check them out.
It's so beautiful and stunning.
Oh yeah.
Already we got the Salah throwing out the absolutely fake compliments. So beautiful and stunning. Poop everywhere. Was that what he said?
Yeah,
Semen
I
everywhere?
recognize this area of the beach. Right, babe?
So I think this on the left, let me just go back. I think this is when Foodie first got to Kuwait. That's what they're showing on the left here. She was big, but she was a lot smaller. Like you could, I mean, yes, it was probably filtered, but even with the filters, that's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Right, babe?
They have like abayas,
Oh, no
really
problem,
nice
buddy.
abayas, and
Glad
they
you
have up
could-
to like
glad you were able to
5x
check
in
it out.
Kuwait. Because everyone is overweight there. Obesity is rampant.
I think I read, Salah, that Kuwait has the highest rate of obesity in the world right now. There's a lot.
Yeah, Foodie loves to mention that obesity rate in Kuwait. I really should look that up for myself because I'm interested to know the actual numbers. Because Foodie is always quoting that statistic. Oh, Kuwait is the most obese country in the Middle East. Yeah, but what even is that? Like, what's their obesity rate compared to, say, the United States or Canada? That's what we really need to
Fast food and
see.
stuff. So we can definitely bees there. I won't stand out there at all. No, actually, there's a lot of fat people there. There's a lot of fat people there.
Foodie's
I've been
fasting
losing
is
some
doing all
weight,
the
so my
fast
abaya
foods.
is a little big.
Later.
Oh, also, let me give everybody some information. Anybody who wasn't, around for Ramadan the first 2 years. First 2 years, Foodie was pretending to be Muslim when she was in Kuwait. The first 2 years she did Ramadan, she claimed to be fasting. She said she was fasting. She lied and said she fasted all day and only had like a sip of water. And at nighttime, she would only eat at night. But somehow, despite only eating at night, she managed to gain weight throughout Ramadan, was never hungry, never reported any kind of issues with the fast. It basically was just all made up. It was all fake. And I personally believe she had her snacks hidden inside the Quran. I think she hollowed out the Quran. She glued the pages together and cut out the middle. So she'd have like a little place to keep her candy bars and her cheese puffs and her pickles. And well, maybe not the pickles as much, but you get what I'm saying. So here's Foodie trying to put on her sexiest look for Salah. Spoiler, it didn't work.
So they only had up to extra large in the store. So I have to order online for sizes 3X and 4X.
So back here when Foodie claimed to be 3 to 4X, she was probably bigger than that even back when this video was recorded, but it was at least somewhere in the realm of possibility where maybe she could squeeze into it. Now, I don't think she can even shop in the plus size section. She's really just gotten that darn big. We're going to see soon.
Right. I don't look bigger.
Megan Fox, good to see you. Hope you're
The
having a great
guy
night.
renting the ATVs, they had even smaller ones than that. That was the bigger one. He had to go and Salah asked him for like a bigger one for me, and he went to get the biggest one.
He moved.
And even that was struggling. I think the weight limit's like
She could have been.
250 pounds. I don't know.
And Fallen Angel, thank you for the subscription and the membership as well.
Help me!
Oh, I remember that when she wrote that ATV, all-terrain vehicle, it was, I mean, all-terrain, more like struggling to even go across a flat surface. I don't know what that device is rated at as far as the maximum weight, but even if it could support her weight, she was going so slow, it was almost embarrassing. It was, I mean, I'm not saying she should have been a daredevil, trying to jump that or anything, but she was barely even going 1 mile per hour. I don't know whether that was more about her own fear to ride it or whether it just couldn't support her weight. But either way, it barely was even moving. Yeah, look at that.
But
Could that go any slower?
Poor ATV. I feel bad. I hope I didn't break it.
An obese utopia.
Hummus.
Like a Middle Eastern
Honestly, not many
holiday
people my size.
for all the most obese people, all the heavy Muslims.
I've seen a lot of overweight people, but no morbidly obese. Actually. One guy, I had to cut him out
Oh,
of
thank
our
you for the membership.
TGI Fridays video.
I almost forgot to thank you there. Thank you for that. Yeah, Nirvana. Foodie does the absolute bare minimum with her diet programs. And Foodie, that's the other thing that really, when I talk about, when I say I dislike glitter and lasers, what I dislike most is how she misleads her audience, takes advantage of them. Foodie, to a lesser extent, yes, she still does it, but I don't think she makes as much money directly from her audience the way Glitter and Lasers does, because Glitter and Lasers sells products, she has endorsements, she has sponsorships. Right or wrong, we can debate that, but she certainly has, in my opinion, I think a lot of it's wrong, but she certainly monetizes her audience more than Foodie. But my point of this is, Foodie is so fake, because she's always trying to act like she's going to go on a diet. Oh, I'm going to take my health seriously. And a lot of her beezers, some of them may be a little bit slow on the uptake, but most of them seem like good-hearted people, just a little bit simple. And they believe her. They fall for her crap when she says stuff like, oh, I really am going to take my health seriously. I'm really going to listen to you folks. And she's just lying to them because she just wants them to buy memberships and donations and things like that. And after a few months, they realize that and they usually leave.
Bigger than me, but that was the only person I saw.
Oh, you know what else I noticed? She hasn't worn this hijab in like forever. This one with the beading on it. Do you think she outgrew it, or do you think she just stained it too much? Like too much sweat stains or food stains? Or...
Did you see him? He has a bigger fupa than me. Bigger boobs than me, okay?
That was what you was talking about, Ale.
I sized down in my abaya. So one size down. All the walking, I think, saves me. I'll show you what I bought, but it doesn't fit.
I agree, Nutty.
I think I have to lose like another couple sizes, at least one or two. I'd say two.
You know something? I may cover HFC. The reason I don't cover her so much is because she's a little controversial. I know some people really are sympathetic. Some people really dislike her. And I personally, I'm not really a fan. I don't really care for her too much. I don't want to come down on her too hard though, because a lot of people are like, well, take it easy on her. So I just, on one hand, I do want to cover her. On the other hand, I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. I'll say that. I always say that, and I will do that. I will look into it. I'll see what's going on with her, and I'll see if I can add something to the conversation. If I feel I can add something to it, then I think I will cover her. So thank you for the suggestion.
But it depends like how things are made here.
Peace, no problem.
Like the abayas fit fine.
Thank you for coming in.
So they're more comfortable for me, but I did buy some nice pants. I'll show you, they're stretchy. I'm gonna lose weight eating pizza and chocolate. Remember I used to say that? I mean, I've kept my weight off.
That's what the job went.
That's good.
Oh, the one she made cheese with.
Chocolate wafers.
Welcome in, Bullet.
See, I've had enough to eat, so now I stop. That's it. To me, I look visibly smaller. If you don't think so, that's your problem. I don't really care. Yes, it's a fact that I have lost weight. I already broke a couch. No, seriously, that's why we have all these.
She admitted that she broke a couch. Well, this was Foodie. This is, in my opinion, that's Foodie when she's at her best, when she just kind of admits that she's a mess. I think that's when she's at her most entertaining. So this was a rare moment of honesty when she admitted that she broke a couch. Yeah. Oh, when she broke a couch, she didn't break it, doing the sexy time with Salah. She just broke it in a boring way, just sitting on it.
So for me, chain restaurants are not really like my thing anymore.
What? This is another thing, Foodie, the way she lies to her audience so much. I don't even remember all the lies. I couldn't remember them if I wanted to. There's so many. And I always tried to give her the benefit of the doubt at first. I still want to see her do better, but I'm past the point of giving her the benefit of the doubt on anything. So yeah, when she did her fast food funeral, what was it, 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago? And she didn't even make it 3 days, I don't think.
So I think it's just like there's so much better cultural fresh food here compared to chain restaurants. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
Chain restaurants are not really like my thing anymore.
Exactly. Chain restaurants. And, you know, Fallen Angel, that's another thing, too. I think that if I'm going to cover somebody, I want to be able to really, you know, like I said, I want to be able to add something to the conversation. So I want to see what she's doing, see where she's at, and see if I can really, you know, and if what you're saying is the case, then I probably can.
That was a very expensive meal, and we didn't get much, and I feel a little ill from all the oil. So it was a nice experience to try, but all of these chain restaurants
Foodie does not sit down.
don't
She
appeal
just
to me
collapses
much
down
anymore
on
because
stuff.
I've been eating a lot healthier, and Salah has shown me a lot of restaurants that are just like the Iranian place we ate at is like a fraction of the price and a lot.
I love that. I love that Salah showed me restaurants that she say that are really tasty, that she say that are really healthy, that she say that it's some really interesting new flavor I've never tried. She's like, it's really cheap. It's a really cheap way to eat, you know, because it's all about getting as many calories, as many pounds of food as possible into my gut. So Salah found this Iranian place, and they sell me an entire hubcap of rice for less money than it costs for a value meal from Burger King. So that's where I want to eat now.
Tastier. So I'm gonna stick to like the authentic food here while I'm here.
So yeah, I want to try a whole bunch of fast food, but I am trying to balance it out with like fruits, you know.
Balancing it out
Walking.
with fruits.
I don't just laze around as much.
How was the walking, baby?
She doesn't just laze around as much. This is such a great video because this is from 7 months ago. Keep in mind, this video was posted 7 months ago. That means that we have 7 more months of Foodie doing all this crazy crap, you know, lying about fast food, lying about exercise, lying about dieting, and just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I'm certainly getting enough exercise for today. Look how red my face is.
You could see she was so much smaller there. Like look how the hijab sits with this. It's like loose around her face. Now it goes completely skin tight around under the chin. Before it used to hang with a little bit of it was a little bit loose around her neck. Now she wraps it super tight so you can't see any of her chins.
From the exercise.
That's the thing, like weight loss for me.
Now here you could see that this is when Foodie was starting to get bigger because look how the hijab is getting tighter around her head. I think part of that's just because she chooses it to wear it that way, but yeah, she's, you know, these this was the beaded one that was looking kind of, you know, that fit her earlier in the video. This is the one she doesn't even use anymore, or maybe she like Nutty said, maybe she used it to wipe herself in Thailand.
Is not ever going to be a diet. It's not ever going to be a keto diet. I hate keto. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say. I'm not even sorry. People can have pizza. I mean, yeah, you can eat whatever you want.
Welcome
you just
here.
have to be careful, I guess. Like, I just eat less,
Hope you're
and
having a great night.
I walk a lot now. Like, I walk a lot. Like today at the zoo, like we walked like a while, and I wasn't even like, he noticed I wasn't even like that sweaty. I wasn't really out of breath. You know, I want to try to lose some a bit more weight, so we're trying to like walk and do fun things. You know, like the zoo, I didn't even feel. I think I was just so excited that and having so much fun with Salah.
You know something else? I think Foodie had more energy back then too. I think now she has no energy now, and I didn't really notice it so much until I watched some of the older videos because it's a gradual change. She's slowly been getting heavier and getting more lethargic. Now, though, she is so lethargic. She doesn't even, you know, like to stand up just to move even a little bit. I mean, not that she ever was energetic, but in these old videos, at least she used to make a show of walking around and going out and doing a little bit of something. Now it's really, she really hates to just even get up at all. Just the slightest little bit of activity is more than she wants.
That I didn't even notice it really being exercise. You know what I mean? Do I want to have the pain of staying the same? Like, let's say I
never
stayed
thought
the same,
about
what
that.
would happen?
It might not be a chicken.
I would be like, you know, just my health would just keep declining and declining and declining, and that would be painful too, you know? So I think I'm just choosing the pain of change right now over everything else. And it's really hard sometimes, but like
I think Foodie can manage like a sit and roll. Like she's very round. She could definitely roll. I don't know about the spin.
with Sala and having somebody supportive makes it so much
She could bounce.
easier in a lot of ways. But I'm going to
Yeah,
the
her
gym, guys.
feet.
So
She won't show her feet now.
I'm gonna be
That's
fit.
another thing too. Foodie. I mean, not that she ever showed her feet a lot, but I mean, maybe she has. I just missed it. But I don't think she's really been showing her feet much lately. And I can't blame her because every time we see them, they don't look good. They look discolored. They look bad. Not that I've got the most beautiful feet myself, but at least they're not red. You know, at least they don't look like they're ready to fall off.
Don't worry. After I eat these chocolate bars. Remember all the
Foodie
chocolate
with a
bars?
giant bag of chocolate. This is her Ramadan stash.
Oh. This is the Kit Kats. I don't really like Kit Kats. The fact that I buy smaller clothes is like, I don't need a scale to tell I'm losing weight. I'm not a moron.
She doesn't need a scale to know she's look. Notice how she says she's buying smaller clothes. Well, I think they just fit you tighter. I don't think they're actually any smaller in size. And look at how skin tight this jumpsuit, or I guess this, what does she call it? It's not a hijab. It's the abaya, maybe. I'm not sure, but the jilbab, whatever she calls it. But yeah, you can see at this point it's already starting to get super tight. So this is just kind of to give like a little history on Foodie for anybody who hasn't seen her in a while, anybody just catching up. Only put on my doctor disclaimer. I'm not a real doctor. If you think you need a real doctor, please go get one. Just like to have some fun here, jokingly call myself doctor. So let me put on the bumper, and we're going to switch to the next video because I have a more recent Foodie video. Today we're doing some Foodie catch-up. Not the ketchup Foodie likes, but the catching up. Not the kind of ketchup she pours on the pizza. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay. So let me switch up the video. Oh, while I'm switching up the videos, let me take this time to say thank you to all of the wonderful viewers, all of the chatters, all of the lurkers, and anybody watching the replay. You are all very much appreciated. Please be sure to leave a like. It helps out the channel a lot. If you'd like to see more of this content, be sure to click that subscribe button and that subscribe bell so you can get notified whenever I am going live. Oh, and here's another bit of a retrospective on Foodie. This one's also from It's Water Weight. This is another video I got from their. This one was only posted a day ago. This is the one that reminded me of this channel. So yeah, second video from It's Water Weight. We're doing a double feature from It's Water Weight tonight. Definitely be sure to check out It's Water Weight. So yeah, this one here I think is really interesting. The first one covered Foodie's weight problems. This one covers Foodie's man problems. That's right. Foodie is, well, Foodie has a habit of buying herself men the way she buys food. She buys men that are unhealthy and that tend to go bad pretty quickly. So just like her food. Artificial, goes bad quickly, full of bad ingredients. That's the kind of men she buys men just like she buys food. All right, so let's rewind it to the beginning here, and let's let it play.
Can't. Some people you cannot buy at all. No, you can't. When you're rich enough, you can, sadly. Because think about it. If you're a guy and you're broke ass, and you have all these women throwing themselves at you, and you have one that has, what's the difference between all of them?
Did
One
I
has
look
money,
good earlier,
the
Rosebud?
others
Welcome
don't.
in if I did.
What are you going to go for? Right? I don't know. It depends on the situation.
Very true, hippieista.
I understand men who come from like really poor countries. It's a bit different of a hustle that we don't understand. So I can't really judge on that.
I love how she says, men who come from poor countries, it's different hustle, so I can't really judge on that. Well, I mean, but you're part of the hustle. You're like enabling that stuff. Like you're contributing to it. It's like somebody, you know, hiring prostitutes and then criticizing prostitutes. Like, you know what I'm saying here? Like you're kind of participating in it, Foodie. You're not really an unbiased observer.
My money. This is
And of
like,
course, Foodie with her with her teenage gangster haircut.
bills and gifts, and it's not my money. I'm not showing off.
Interesting. Yeah, she does have that egg shape here.
If I was rich,
She looks like Curly from the Three Stooges, but like if he was wearing like a swimming cap. Wow. You know, as bad as Foodie looks in some of these outfits she wears in Kuwait, I don't think she has ever looked as bad as back when she was wearing some of these outfits in the villa. I mean, even though she was smaller, these outfits are just so terrible, along with the shaved head look and the just, I mean, I don't think she could manage a worse look than this.
I would be a
heavier, she
sugar
doesn't look
mama,
as
I
bad.
think. He's never asked me for money. That's one thing for me. Actually, he pays for everything every time I go there. You're not paying for anyone's rent. I'm not paying anyone's rent. He has a job. There was a point where he was in between jobs. And like I said, it's no one's business.
There's a point where he was in between jobs. He has a job. I don't pay his rent. Is she talking about Salah or is she talking about Nader? And then again, you know what else? Foodie, if you want to be a sugar mama, own it. Own it. Stop lying. Like nobody, you're not fooling anybody. If you want to hire a guy to be your boyfriend, you want to support him, just be straight up about it and give people one less thing to make fun of you for lying about. That's my advice to you on this one, Foodie. Just admit it. You can lie about a lot of stuff, but this is one thing where you cannot even try to lie this one. Everybody knows it.
He's not like, bring me your expensive food from Farm Boy. Like, not that kind of person.
Welcome in, JV. Good to see
like,
you.
Likes to.
No worries.
Budget,
Glad to have you.
Like, especially. So, I mean, I don't know.
He's very frugal. He's very good with money. Like, I'm not. So that's sometimes a bit of a clash.
Yeah, I don't know. See, like, I didn't have to tell you that I paid his rent. Like, why would I tell you that? Like, that's no one's business.
Oh, I'm happy for you, Fallen Angel.
He's right about that.
I'm glad to hear you're doing a diet, and that's so important. I love that you're thinking like that, because that's such a good mental attitude to have. Anybody, whenever you have to do something like a diet where you have to focus, or rather you have to kind of get through maybe an uncomfortable period, it is so important, or rather it makes it so much more feasible, in my opinion, when you have some distractions. Like I love to game, and yeah, sometimes you can game and snack, but it's definitely a good distraction for me. You know, watching these Girl World videos, listening to a channel, going to somebody else's stream, you know, just lurking. It's definitely something. Some boomer. Well, it is, but you know, I mean, it's only one of the greatest physical comedians ever, Elise.
I'm sorry. I don't have a right to tell you guys stuff like that. Of all things,
She was definitely smaller.
for you to be mad about, that I talked about you online.
What are the Three Stooges? Oh my God, I am so old.
I hate you so bad. Go with her. See how long your fucking life lasts. She can't even afford a fucking membership sometimes, and she's a.
This is a great little caption here from It's Waterweight. Foodie, this is a video clip is from, just to give everybody some background. This is from about a year and a half ago when she went back to Canada, and she said she was going to be staying there a little while to get her health under control. Basically, she gave up on the fake marriage thing. She wasn't home in Canada for even a week when Salah got put on blast for trying to get with another female. It was one of her beezers, a lady named Kay Bella, who definitely has gone off the deep end in her own way. She's somebody who's she's as nutty as any of them. But she did a good job exposing Salah for being a pretty creepy dude. And Foodie's argument for why Salah should stay with her, even though I don't see why she even wants him at this point, considering he was caught cheating on her not even like 2 days after she left him alone. Her argument is, well, I have more money than Kay Bella, so you should stay with me instead.
Piece of trash. Sorry. Number 2, if you claim that I need to pay for his needs, you better be effing rich, lady. Let's go. He did just fine before me. When I met him, he had lots
Welcome
of
in, Meg.
Well, he had food. I mean,
Absolutely, enjoy.
he pays his own. He's paid his own bills before me.
He paid his own bills before her. Well, okay, but it just seemed like he had a lot less bills before you as well. A lot less bills to pay. And I'm not gonna hate on, Salah. I mean, if that's how he wants to live, it's not, I don't think it's it's not something admirable, but hey, man, if that's how you want to do it, but be straight up, right? No need to lie.
Anyway,
Not maybe the most admirable.
he got a job, so. I
Well,
know
now
what
she's
deal you're
now
talking about.
she
Actually, I
can't
should
eat ham.
tell you
She
about
can't
the
wear it
deal.
either. She looked younger. I'll give you that.
Since didn't he bring up a deal? Didn't he bring it up? I said it for him too.
When a couple are together and they have names for each other, little pet names, they call each other stuff like my baby or honey or a sweetie or a cutie pie, or I don't know, little silly names, my pumpkin or whatever. They call Foodie ATM or wallet.
2000.
Money sack.
He said this deal would work better. 2000. And he would be like my personal chef and sex partner. Like I would only have sex with him.
Oh wow, I gotta catch
Like,
up on
they
the
check
chat.
his bank account and like his
Yo.
employment, like income, like per year. Like when we went to, do you think that you can get an expensive car? Like I wouldn't even be able to get an expensive car like that in Canada. And then
She actually, when you put it like that, that's actually a really good way to describe it. Because when she went back to Kuwait, she didn't go back there to be with Salah. She went back there to be his prison guard. Like seriously, she just went back there to make sure that he could not be with any other woman. Because he's not with her. It's just she's literally just there to torture him. That is it.
Has an income. Obviously, he can't live here if he doesn't. So,
Let's see what it says here. I'll go to follow up my business after Chantal come back and get the car from her. In the meantime, I'm working on adding some names and numbers on the Excel sheet here relating to my business. His business. First of all, he did claim to have a business when she first came over there, and the business was allegedly selling perfumes and items like that. But then he said he sold the business. So did he ever buy it back, or like what's going on with that? But yeah, I think Salah's business is driving around Foodie, getting her snacks, covering for her, saying that she prays, saying, telling the Beezers that he's there and that he I don't know. That's pretty much all he does. Pretend boyfriend, full-time delivery boy.
You okay?
No.
Oh yeah, they've got to do the pretend.
That's your job,
pretend he
honey.
pays it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They might be. Oh, you have.
She always does that. It's like when I was a little kid and my parents, like I would go to the store and they would give me the money to go pay for pay myself. I mean, it's such a fake charade. It is just it's so flippin' fake. And the Beezers just eat this crap up. I don't know how could they fall for this? Like, don't they have any, like, doesn't this strain their credibility somewhat? I think this is why none of her Beezers last very long.
Your thing in here, it might be melted by now. Were these good, by the way?
Yeah.
It's a method. Nothing yet.
Oh, okay.
In here.
We give offense to everyone here, Megan. Everybody here gets to be a little bit offended. a little.
Do you guys like this ring?
Welcome in, Jamil. Good evening. That's an interesting point. I mean, if he was... I guess he could argue maybe he was making a spreadsheet for contacts, but still, yeah. It sounds too convenient, too made up.
He wouldn't even buy Burger King.
We used to... Well, I used to go to the Five and Dime and back with 50 cents, and I would get a bottle of pop and a hamburger and 10 pieces of penny candy, and still have a nickel left over.
I'm sorry for lying to you guys. I know I feel like he hates me.
You're just torturing me.
But for what?
You're
What did I ever
torturing
do
me.
to you other than fucking
torturing
give
me.
you money? Or like, I talked about you online. That's what you really hate, isn't it?
I don't like doing, like lying for him about shit like that, you know, like having to lie to people like, oh, he paid for this, just so I have to lie and be a piece of shit to make him not look like a piece of shit. Basically.
That's a very
I would
philosophical
have
way to
given
look at it.
him everything if he was just nice.
He was.
I
It's
used
for
to
the
buy his
beezers.
groceries.
It's for the beezers. That's something we got to remember too. A lot of times when I say things like, "Who the heck falls for this crap? Who could believe this? Who does she think she's fooling?" And then I have to remember, she's fooling the beezers. Okay, yeah, actually that makes sense. Yeah, you could fool them. They're not the sharpest.
I used to, but now no. He has a new sugar mommy.
Yes, exactly. That's
I bought
like just too
Adonis
convenient.
and Farm Boy. What they get now is from the Independent, Colbeck's Independent. Who should be the one more embarrassed? The person paying the person's rent, or the bum loser who calls himself?
Do you think she misses Pete's, or do you think Salah is like more sad? Do you think Salah does like a better job? Like I wonder that sometimes. In fact, that's probably a good. I'm gonna do a poll with that one. I'm gonna rewind this just a little bit. Let this run while I do the. Oh yeah, that cleavage. Jesus Christ. Yeah, now I know what that is. Some horrible cleavage. Oh my God.
Or like, I talked about you online. That's what you really hate.
Cleavage
isn't
is
it?
supposed to be a good
I
thing.
don't like doing, like lying for him about shit like that, you know, like having to lie to people like, oh, he paid for this, just so I have to lie and be a piece of shit to make him not look like a piece of shit, basically. I would have given him everything if he was just nice.
He was.
I used to buy his groceries. I used to. But now, no. He has a new sugar mommy. I bought Adonis and Farm Boy. What they get now is from the Independent, Colbeck's Independent. Who should be the one more embarrassed? The person paying the person's rent, or the bum loser who calls himself a man needing a woman to pay their rent?
All right, I just put up a poll for you
I
folks.
think I'm always gonna wonder if men just like me because of money.
Well, considering you don't have that much money, I mean, even let's be real for a second. Even when Foodie did ostensibly have some real money, she claims to have made $100,000 or $200,000 in a year. She claimed she had a really good period there where she made a good chunk of change. Even then, she didn't exactly have the guys beating her door down. You know what I mean? Like even then, she didn't exactly have like a sugar baby. She had Natter, who was like a nose candy baby.
Honestly, how am I ever gonna know?
I'm actually not even that old. I just grew up with my grandparents a little bit, so I know a lot of that old stuff. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up, but I'm not that old. I'm only a little over 40. All right. Welcome in, Tucker and friends. Welcome in, Stackish. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Yes, he absolutely is. I don't mind. I can talk. I can handle it. Yeah, really. Like those are some sad boobies. Those are trade those in for a new pair. All right, let's put on the bumper real quick. All right, and now after that retrospective, now we are going to catch up with some new Foodie. Tonight's a Foodie night. We've had like 3 weeks off from Foodie, so we're getting back to some tradition here with this. 1 second, let me get this loaded up. Ooh, a brand new one from No, I Don't Think So, and one from 2 days ago. Oh, we got two good ones. All right, let's watch the newer one first. This is from probably my favorite clip channel. It's you know, it changes every few months. It feels like I have a different clip channel that becomes my new favorite. But right now, my current favorite is No, I Don't Think So. That is my current favorite clip channel. Here's the link to the video we're going to be using, the edit. Definitely be sure to check out No, I Don't Think So. Fantastic channel. If you enjoy seeing some foodie content, but you don't feel like watching the full foodie original edit, this is the way to go, in my opinion. Gives you the best of both worlds. Because sometimes the edits, they cut it too short, or they cut out too much, or they leave in too much. You know, I think No, I Don't Think So gets just the right balance.
Hi guys, hi. So today's dinner inspiration comes from way back in 2006 when I upgraded to one of my first nicer apartments. I was so proud to have a nicer kitchen because my previous apartment was an absolute dump. When I finally had a decent functioning kitchen, I got the urge to start cooking comfort meals. One of the things I love to make...
The urge to start... I love how she calls them comfort meals. Okay, first of all, I just want to get up and say that I understand the idea of comfort food, but when everything you eat is comfort food, it gets to be a little bit questionable what really is comfort food versus what isn't, right? Like, she calls everything comfort food, and all of her comfort food is always massive portions of really fattening stuff. Like, how come she never has like a comfort salad, right? And why is food so comforting in the first place? Like, Foodie, if you need comfort, why not talk to your husband? You're married. Isn't he the one who's supposed to comfort you in your times of need? Why do you need to be comforted by food that you make for yourself when you're a married woman who basically has a husband who stays home with you all day? Doesn't add up. But neither does your scale and your diet. So nothing adds up.
Was a roasted chicken, which I call chicken roast. Deal with it. Roasting a chicken makes the whole home smell delicious and comforts you like a warm hug. Best thing about chicken roast is you can make a nice gravy from the drippings and make another classic Canadian comfort as a
she
side.
Does get a lot, though,
the great Canadian puts in. I added big chunks of chicken breast to mine. All right, Bismillah, let's eat.
Well, hello guys. Well, hello. Welcome back to another video. Why am I being snobby all of a sudden with you guys? Like, what's going on?
I'd say you've been acting extra snobby since that alleged appointment with the doctor or around that time, melting down on your community tab, raging in every other stream and attacking the people in your chat, makes you wonder what's actually going on behind the scenes. Especially now that rumors are floating around that Salah moved in with his sister.
Yes, I wanted to point this out for a second. This is a very interesting rumor. Anime Rules, Scope and Pede, and I don't know if this is the same feeder, because there was a feeder in her chat named Anime Sucks. I don't know if this is the same person or if this is a troll, but that feeder was flirting with Foodie and saying, hey, maybe we should move in together. And Salah was saying, hey, stop, talking like that to her. Don't, I don't know if he actually cares about Foodie, but it was embarrassing to him. So anyway, this is a post apparently. It says, you're going to talk about Salah moving out. We know he's in Salmiya. Why is Salah telling his friends he moved out, Chantal? Serious question, not being mean, just concerned. And I don't know if you can see this at the bottom here. It says, tell Salah to come out and show himself if he's there. Interesting rumors. I don't know if he's moved out, but I absolutely believe there's trouble. I think that's why Foodie got her own driver's license recently, because I think Salah, for whatever reason, was fed up with being her errand boy quite as much as he was. Or maybe she needed more from him than he was willing to do. Or she just didn't have the money to pay for his time. But I think there are problems behind the scenes. And I think that Foodie's health is also a problem. And she's been downplaying the actual seriousness, the actual numbers.
I have made a roasted chicken. And when I do that, I love to make my gravy. So which means I make puts in. I know the cheese is on top. That's okay.
I know I'm not that old.
Pickled garlic. Bismillah.
Yes, that was her big money time. That real sorted.
Okay, I understand that no one else is the to eat from the jar, but my god, putting chewed food back into the container is disgusting.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even like even when I was living by myself, like I still didn't like to drink out of like the milk carton. You know what I mean? Like there's just some stuff that Just keep it fresh, keep it nice, you know?
Were literally about to put it on your plate before you went. Now just throw it back in
She
there.
throws it right back in.
I can put it back because only me eating it. I made homemade slaw,
Well, that's fair. That's a good point.
cabbage, carrot, some dill pickles in here would be nice. And Diet Dew. I'm Canadian, of course I love poutine. Okay, eat a bite. I put bay leaf in the gravy this time. What is
Comfort
that?
meals.
Oh, just chicken skin.
Well, they're gonna be comforting when they, you know, I guess it's comfortable to be in a small pine box, right?
So, and this is a
box?
matzo cheddar mix.
What a pitiful existence. Judging by her face, she just woke up and decided
Oh,
to start her
speaking
day
of which-
off with this abomination she calls poutine. It's
That's another great point. We'll mention that in a second. But yeah, one of my mods, throw up Otanki's link. Otanki does some great edits. We could probably watch one actually. I'll pull one up tonight.
Kuwait's National Day, and instead of going outside and partake in the celebrations with her husband, she's at home all alone moaning over another beige meal covered in cheese. Tell me, Foodie, is that slop really worth losing your fake husband over?
So,
Great point. Great point. This food is nasty too. So like it doesn't even look tasty. It just looks cheesy, mushy, nasty. And I like cheese, but yeah, and Megan Fox, exactly. Every food Foodie calls comfort food. I think because she likes eating all this crap. Yeah, that's probably it. All right.
I know, broken record, but I'm not going to talk about
Sorry.
diet on my channel. I'm just going to do live streams, bees, and cook and eat and stuff. So I won't be talking about I'm going to try to make this the final time until I don't even know. But that's not the topic of the video today.
Foodie is such a hypocrite when it comes to that kind of stuff too, because back when she had a little bit of money, she was always calling people broke and making fun of them and saying, oh, well, they can't afford this and they can't afford that and they don't have money like me and they're who are they? They're nobodies. She was so arrogant and rude and now she dares to talk crap when people say anything about her. She's like, oh, don't shame me just because I don't have a lot of money. You know, it's like, Foodie, you've lost the right to say that.
The topic of the video today is our Ramadan plans.
Oh, the Ramadan plans.
Our Ramadan plans are, well, actually, I should say, my plan for Ramadan, the video is not about, let me rephrase this. I'm eating, so I'm distracted. This video is not about my Ramadan plans. It's about the Ramadan content plans, and basically, there's none.
I mean, she should get a Purple Heart for all the injuries she's, all the diseases she's fought off.
Is anyone surprised? It's been pretty clear that you are completely over the cosplay. I understand that she is exempt from fasting and shouldn't.
Well, that's a good point. This is supposed to be Ramadan. I totally forgot. This meal was recorded in the middle of Ramadan. This meal was recorded during the middle of Ramadan. Foodie, what happened to, eating some kind of decent, or at least trying to fast a little bit? Or at least, being respectful and not showing yourself eating, making mukbangs during Ramadan? Okay, fine. Yeah, you're not going to fast because you're not strong enough mentally. Your doctor gave you permission not to. Okay, fine. But how are you going to record mukbangs during Ramadan wearing a hijab? That is just absolutely insulting to anybody who has any... I cannot imagine any Muslim person not finding this either insulting or finding it maybe hilarious. That's what I'm thinking. This would either be insulting or hilarious, depending on the person.
Be fasting considering her diabetes, but Ramadan is a lot more than fasting. It's also a time where you work on yourself and your bad behaviors. In contrast to this, I have a feeling we'll be seeing her step up her rages even more.
I'm not going to be decorating, anything like that. I'm going to try out the fasting. I'm going to go to mosques and stuff like that once in a while. Pray, of course, and try to better myself for the month. And just focus on my religion and stuff. But religion is...
Seriously, at this point, though, could you even blame Salah for leaving Foodie? Like, the only thing she ever did for him was give him money. And now that she doesn't have very much money, what does she offer him? Shame? Stink? She stinks up the apartment with her bodily functions and her disgusting meals. She messes up the toilet. She clogs the toilet. She mistreats the cat. She kills the hamster. She pisses off his friends, upsets his family. Like, what does he get out of this at this point, now that she's not really supporting him much? All he gets is a roof over his head and, I don't know, a few bucks a month. That's about it.
It's very personal to me, and despite having done like Ramadan content before, I don't really feel like doing it this year.
At what point did it become personal? You were pushing religious content down our throats. You were lecturing the audience on how to do all sorts of things within the religion without partaking yourself. Never read the Quran, but you would go out of your way to have it on display in nearly every video. So when did it become too personal? Was it when the audience pointed out that you weren't even doing the prayer?
Megan, come on now. What about the people who haven't seen the video yet? Oh. That's a spoiler, I think, that we don't need a warning for.
Correctly. Or was it when people started asking for your favorite parts of the Quran?
That was always funny when people would ask Foodie what her favorite verse in the Quran was, and she'd be like, the one about Muhammad.
And you had no idea what to say.
I just don't feel like it. You know, Ramadan is not supposed to be about like fancy decorations and stuff like that.
It's not about fancy decorations. It's about eating a giant frickin' plate of poutine and talking about, this is like something that I want to say 5 or 10 years ago, if somebody had made this video like as a parody, it would have been hilarious. Now Foodie is making this video, and if I didn't know that she was actually doing this every day, I would think that she was doing this as a joke. That's how absurd it is.
It's just about, it's a month
to be
of
doing
reflection
mukbangs during Ramadan.
Dedication to God. But that doesn't mean I won't be celebrating. I'll probably do like some videos on iftars.
She got a big head for a while
it's food related.
Leave it to Foodie to only make food-related content for Ramadan.
Oh, I'm sorry, just me. It's not. When does it start?
Like with family or friends. Otherwise, if I cook something.
My bad. I thought it started already. When did it not start yet? My apologies, folks. I thought it already started.
Eat out for iftar. I can show you what we have. No problemo.
Okay, 2 more days. My apologies,
I just don't
folks.
feel like doing
I was
Ramadan
off by a
content,
few days.
Like a vlog every day. Maybe here and there, we'll see. I love my own food, man. So, the coleslaw, dressing is just basically mayo,
welcome
vinegar,
in, by the way.
A mix of vinegar and lemon juice, salt, pepper, a teeny bit of honey. It's very basic, like me.
Well, do you think she's good? Okay, well, let me say this then. If this is not Ramadan, do you think if it was Ramadan, that would have stopped her? Do you think if it was Ramadan, she wouldn't have made this mukbang? I think she would have. We'll see.
Delicious. I hope you... No, I understand my reasoning. Did I even explain my reasoning? I should make a potato salad one of these days. Hot dogs and potato salad. Why are you thinking of your next meal while you're eating? Do you guys never meal plan?
Yes, remember when she used to say that? I forgot exactly the word she used for it. Maybe it was iftar, she said. But she said that she would stay up all night eating to celebrate breaking the fast. But she never actually fasted. She would eat all day, and then she would eat all night. She would do both.
So cheesy. You guys know the recurring comfort foods I crave. This roasted chicken with fries.
He took the Ramadan decorations.
Shepherd's pie, meatloaf, church basement spaghetti. I love a lot. There was like a hater who tried my gravy recipe and said it was just salty globby. What do you think gravy is? It's salty. But
said her gravy was salty and globby. Well, gravy does not have to be extra salty and globby. I mean, most gravy's gonna have some salt, but first of all, Foodie's gravy recipe is just the most basic gravy recipe in the world. Like, there's nothing about it that's special. I don't think it's especially terrible, but it's just some basic gravy from a basic woman.
Lobby? Why? You didn't make it right. Not my problem. But you must be on because this is delicious.
Fast food is the only fast food
Maybe
she's
they
doing.
just didn't like it, but a lot of people don't like gravy in general because it is just salty sauce, but it is yummy.
She lets it go to voicemail.
Canadians who don't like poutine, if you're Canadian, there's a hair in my garlic.
There's a hair? Well, we know it's not yours. At least not from your head.
It's a black one, it's mine.
Are you sure?
Just relaxing tonight. On the gravy scale, this is drinkable gravy.
Interesting. Here, I'm
relax
going to read this
after
one out
this.
loud because this is some interesting information. Iftar, and Just Me reports, Iftar is the sunset meal in the evening. Suhoor or sari, I hope I'm saying that right, is the meal before sunrise and fasting in the morning.
Yeah. Been going to
And
bed
Foodie
very
finishes her
early
entire plate, of course.
by my standards. And I'm finished. I actually didn't make too many fries. It just looks it because it's like spread out.
It just looked
honestly
like a
wasn't
lot.
too
It wasn't
many.
actually a lot.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and having dinner with me. And
Nirvana, I think she
I don't
does
know what
have
kind of
that
Ramadan content.
humiliation
Probably
fetish. We
like
joke
not.
about
You know
it,
how
but
I
I
do
think
like
she
some
does.
Ramadan vlogs and just some iftars, which is like breaking the fast dinners for those of you who don't know, and my live streams and stuff. So, but huge celebrations and stuff like that, nah. Ramadan's not about the celebrations, it's the Eid that's supposed to be, but I don't know, even if I don't know if I'll do anything for that either. Boring life, but that's how I like it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye!
I don't think I've ever heard that either, now that I'm trying to think about it. Like drinkable gravy. It's like drinkable chocolate syrup or something. It's like drinking chocolate syrup or something. It's not something you're supposed to do. Even if you can, like even if it tastes okay, it's like still maybe not the best choice. It's uncouth. I'll say it like that. It's an uncouth choice. Okay. So I'm gonna actually break it up real quick with a little Otanky edit really quickly. Just a little short one from Otanky. One second here. Ooh, here's a good one. This is actually a good one. The recent HFC edit. This is only a 2-minute one from Otanky, so we're going to show this. It's pretty short. Otanky mostly does short edits. But here's the link first. Let me post the link, and we'll watch this short edit. So yeah, this is titled HFC has bad rash and her strawberry shortcake does a runner.
Okay, there's my gumbo. Blue corn tortilla chips.
Good Lord. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna do a content warning. If you're easily triggered by large masses of
They forgot
body,
my strawberry shortcake. I guess the universe said, Candy, you did not need the strawberry shortcake.
the universe is right.
Help. What are we doing here? Come on. You always gotta complain or something or something. Here, let me just move this out of the way because there's no way I'm gonna get to that. Mercy.
Oh wow.
They sent me a fork for gumbo.
Hold on a second here. Whoops. 1 second.
It works. It'll work. They forgot my strawberry shortcake. So good.
This is just such massive amounts of food. I can't get over how much she eats. It makes Foodie look like a small, dainty flower. Welcome in, Perpetual Goose. Yeah, we're having a good evening. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, yeah, there
That's
is
fair.
cheese on it. I was about to be like, where's the cheese? Here, let me just move this out of the way.
You know, I believe everybody has right to their opinion.
That.
You know, we're allowed to disagree here.
That gumbo's hitting all the right spots.
But yeah, this was Otanki's edit. Otanki's edits are not for the faint of heart, but they are well done. I will say that they are visceral. They are in your face, and they are going to make you feel something. So yeah, okay. I had yet another foodie edit, but I think we're going to break it up just a little bit with a short ALR video in between, and then we'll go back to foodie to close it out. But I do have one ALR video I wanted to run because there's been some news about her lately, and it's not a long one. So let me go up to the playlist real quick. Amberlynn's, this is a video I got from Amberlynn's grocery hauls of what she used to eat during the semaglutide phase. So we covered the semaglutide phase a week or two ago. To give a little bit of a recap, Amber went on semaglutide, a weight loss drug for anybody not familiar. And here's a link to the channel, the edit that I'm using. From Irked Content, an excellent channel for clips of Amber. She was on semaglutide, a popular weight loss drug, an effective weight loss drug. They increase your dose from when you first start. So when you first start out, they put you on a very, very low dose that doesn't really do very much, but they just put you on that just to make sure that it doesn't cause problems, just to test it out. And then if that goes well, they increase the dose, and then it starts to have a stronger effect and will cause you to eat less, lose your appetite. It's complex, but that's a short way to put it. So Amber started the drug, and after about a week or so, she was supposed to increase her dose, but it took an extra day or two for her to get the medication, and they gave her the, quote, wrong dose. I don't even know whether it was too much or too little or what, and she just decided to quit using it. So let's see what she bought while she was on her weight loss drugs.
Guys, I've been looking for the peanut butter for like literally forever. So my brain thought it would be like with the breakfast. No. So then I was like, baking. No. Still have not found the peanut butter, but a girl does like string cheese.
And keep in mind, this is when she was on a weight loss drug that's supposed to kill your diet. So string cheese, peanut butter. I don't know what kind of diet this is.
All right, you guys, I found the peanut butter and it's in the bread aisle.
Okay, I mentioned this before. Powdered peanut butter is the way to go if you're trying to lose weight and you want to get your peanuts in. There's just a lot of oil in peanut butter. And that's really what the unhealthy part is. If there wasn't so much oil, it'd be pretty healthy. So get that powdered peanut butter. My recommendation.
These are kind of neat. 2 flavors in one bag. So this one.
Okay, these kind of like meat nugget things, like I like these in principle, but they're usually loaded with salt. They can be loaded with preservatives as well. And they're usually pretty expensive. So I can't really recommend them, but I don't hate them. I think they taste okay, and if you have just a few, they're not so bad.
It's buffalo style, and then also ranch. And then we have.
But again, for Amber, she has a lot of time to cook. So I'm not really sure why she would need these kind of, quick snacks when she has so much time to cook.
A mango. Oh wait, it says sweet side mango, spicy side jalapeno. That's kind of cool. All right, you guys, so we have a huge grocery haul. We just came back inside from bringing the groceries in. So I'm gonna be putting away my groceries as I haul. It's gonna be a whole moment. So I do like to have like frozen foods for moments where I just don't feel like cooking. And
this is the burrito she showed us eating last week. This is Amber's diet content. I'm not seeing anything dietetic here. I mean, you could make an argument that if you eat a small enough portion, anything can be dietetic, but I didn't see Amber eating small portions either. So
the thing I like to have are these beef and bean frozen burritos. I also got a can of corn. I got 1.
Oh, you have it, Rosebud.
And 2
it's so good.
Things of chicken broth, aluminum foil.
Oh, you can't see Amber. I'm sorry. Let me take off the picture. Thank you for reminding me.
2 things of
I'm sorry about that.
ground beef and a
Technical
thing of ground turkey. So random fact, the thing about the ground beef that I get, it's extra lean. So the calories are the exact same as the ground turkey, and the fat content, literally the only difference is 1 gram. I got another.
Okay, I actually like the extra lean ground beef. I think that's a good choice. I will say this, with extra lean ground beef, you have to be careful not to overcook it because it can get a little dry. But as long as you don't overcook it, good. It's a good healthy choice. Bagels. I'm not a fan of bagels. I think if you are going to get bagels, these kind of Thomas's bagels are probably a healthier choice than the ones from the deli or from the bakery, because those bakery bagels are just so huge. But I don't like bagels in general for anybody who's on a diet. It's just, I just don't think they're a good choice unless you absolutely have to have your bagel, in which case, you know, do what you got to do. But I don't like them in
thing of bagels because I've definitely been loving a bagel. I got a thing of Nutty Buddies. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you.
Okay, I am going to judge you, Amber. Nutty Buddies. You can't do any worse than that.
I've definitely been loving a bagel. I got a thing of...
Can't do any worse than this. These Little Debbie, Drakes, all these little snack cake things, these are just nothing but sugar and palm oil, corn syrup and palm oil. Some of them taste okay, but they are just so unhealthy. And they're not very filling either. You know, eat one of those, you could easily eat 2 or 3. And after that, you're going to feel like crap. So I can't recommend these at all. If you have absolutely nothing else, fine. But I don't think this is a good choice.
Nutty Buddies. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. I got some...
And by the way, Amber, you absolutely judge us. You call everybody who talks about you a hater. You say, how come they can't just let you live? How come everybody's so mean? You judge everybody, so don't talk about not judging. Minute rice. Amber is going to cook the minute rice for an hour, but maybe she'll figure it out.
White rice. I used to eat this all the time. I got the Deli Fresh rotisserie seasoned chicken breast. It is literally...
Okay, sliced chicken.
Really...
I can't really hate on that.
The best lunch meat. I don't know if this is a new thing they do, but I've never noticed it before. I got this tiny milk. I need it.
A tiny milk? Why not get a full-size milk? But yeah, I mean, milk. I like dairy milk, and I think 2% milk is a good choice, so I'm cool with that.
Because I am making my own gravy, and it's like I didn't need a huge thing of milk.
Right?
So I got this.
Oh, I heard about that.
I also got all-purpose flour. I'm telling you, I've never cooked with this a day in my life. But I'm actually going to be making my own gravy. So I needed these things. I got my favorite thing ever.
Oh, what was that,
I'm
sugar?
I'm going to be making my own gravy.
Oh, flour.
So I needed these things.
So she got flour.
I got my favorite thing ever. Well, one of my favorite things. It's the Duke's Hot and Spicy Smoked Shorty Sauce.
All right, smoked sausage roll. Those kind of things, again, I would have to see the calories on this one directly, but that is probably really unhealthy. It's probably all fat, probably all salt. Maybe 7 grams of protein, but I've got a feeling it's just so much fat and salt, you can't really recommend that.
Sausages, so good. And I do refrigerate them because they last longer and they taste way better cold. Got some more scallions.
That is such a healthy choice.
So I showed these
in
one of my last vlogs while I was at the grocery store, and I didn't actually buy them then, but I bought them
Oh,
this
and
time.
let me give a little bit of like I get maybe not a warning, let me give like a life lesson to anybody. My mother, I've mentioned her a few times, her health and everything. Her blood pressure, it's just so terrible. And she's on all kinds of medications and it's able to control it for the most part. But I don't know for sure, but she was always very heavy. Not always, but she was heavy for a long time. And I think all those years of being heavy caused a lot of hardening of her arteries or buildup of plaque or something. Because now that even though she's not heavy, her blood pressure is just still off the chart. And that's all I can think is that all those years being heavy must have done something.
The Jack Link's 2 flavors in 1 bag. I wanted to do a taste test for you guys one of these days. Got some butter.
And keep in mind, this grocery haul was while she was on semaglutide. Does any of this look like somebody who is having trouble eating?
I got more cream cheese. I didn't really need more of like just the regular cream cheese.
Butter and cream cheese. Not good choices for somebody dieting.
Just in case I did get more. But I definitely needed more of my favorite cream cheese in the whole world. It's the honey pecan. Got some garbage bags. A bag of white onions. 3 potatoes because I am just one girly pop.
I'm just mispronouncing milk.
I bought a bag of
potatoes. I just wanted to mispronounce milk because I thought it sounded funny and thought maybe somebody would leave a comment correcting me. Just doing the Amberlynn. I was watching Amberlynn and I got the idea to mispronounce a word. It's contagious.
Potatoes before, and I end up just like wasting a lot of them. So again, I like to have just a couple frozen things on hand, and I enjoy a Hot Pocket. So I got the Italian style meatballs and mozzarella, and I also got the Philly steak and cheese.
Hot Pockets. Why are you buying Hot Pockets on a diet? Like, seriously. And especially, like, this is the kind of thing that if you work a lot and you're really busy and you have no time to cook, all right, you know, you got to have a Hot Pocket, whatever. But seriously, Hot Pockets, that is like such a poor choice. And even if calorically they're not the worst, they're just all preservatives and palm oil and corn. Like, there's nothing natural in there. Yeah, not a good choice.
I got another can of corn, a can of green beans, actually another can of green beans as well, 2 cans of tomato sauce, 2 cans of petite diced tomatoes, some of these caramel.
All right, canned vegetables, some of them, like the canned tomatoes, make a lot of sense, but I don't know why she wouldn't just buy fresh green beans.
Rice cakes, which are so good with regular cream cheese on top.
Oh, Amber, I was just about to say, rice cakes can be healthy, but you got to be careful because it's very easy to put a lot of stuff on them that makes them unhealthy. Like if you put too much cheese or you eat too many of them, you put peanut butter, you know, that kind of stuff. She's putting cream cheese on them. Well, why even bother with a rice cake? You're making it so fattening. It doesn't matter what you start with when you load it up with the cream cheese.
Promise you, delish. I also got the Cool Ranch Doritos. And then last but not least, I got some of these popcorners and white cheddar. I saw someone talking about these, so I said I'm gonna give them a try. Okay, you guys, so normally it would be my shot day today, but it hasn't came in the mail. It's shipping. So
it's mostly unhealthy stuff. It really
Tuesday,
is.
So we'll be doing it
I try not to
then,
nitpick.
because as you guys know, my grocery days are my shot days. And I'm about to give you guys a grocery haul. I do want to make it very clear.
Her grocery days are her shot days. So just to clear that up for anybody just tuned in, this is very much when she was taking her semaglutide, because she just said that she was about to take her shot. Yeah, this grocery haul is not the worst thing that I've ever seen, but it is not a good grocery haul. Like I mean, it's not full of ice cream and chocolate, so that's good. But I'm not seeing a lot of healthy food. I'm not seeing a lot of fresh meat, fresh vegetables. I mean, she had some canned vegetables at least, but just so much stuff like cream cheese and butter, rice cakes, just a lot of empty calories.
I am not watching what I eat. I'm watching how much I eat.
Well, I'm not watching what I eat. That's very much clear. Watching how much you eat, that's questionable, Amber.
Because I just do not have the capacity right now. Like, I'm going through a lot. And I'm telling you, if I start eating just like broccoli and chicken, I'm going to spiral even more. I have not quote unquote binged in easily a year and a half. I'll tell you, since I've been in Oklahoma, I haven't. So that's been almost like a year and a half. So
she hasn't binged in almost a year and a half. Didn't she say that she gained back like 60 pounds or something? So if she hasn't binged in a year and a half, but she's still been gaining weight back, then what the heck has she been doing? Like just eating a little, gaining, you know, like a pound a week every week? Like what exactly has been going on? If she has not been binging, but she's been gaining all this weight, how does that work?
So I want to stick to that, and I feel like with
yes, exactly.
how my mental
Why are you
feel right
ballooning?
now, if I start just like eating lettuce and broccoli, I'm going to be so beyond triggered. I know myself. So anyways, let's do a grocery haul. We have eggs, and I am going to be putting my groceries.
Eggs are very healthy. Eggs are something that I like people to eat. And Fallen Angel here with a very interesting comment. And thank you again for your membership, Fallen Angel. I know I wanted to make sure I thank you for that. Also Nutty, and I believe Hippie Easta as well. But yes, Fallen Angel says, yeah, I'm still frustrated with my mom. She's on Mounjaro, which is a weight loss drug for anybody not aware, and has lost quite a bit of weight. So happy for her there. But she only eats ramen and won't get much exercise. I mean, as far as the exercise goes, I mean, if she's still losing the weight, it might be a little bit tough for her. She might maybe be in some kind of pain. So maybe if you could find some exercises, that'd be easier for her. But as far as the ramen goes, there's no reason to be eating ramen, right? Like that's just ramen is such a poor nutritional choice. I mean, if she likes noodles, have some spaghetti. Have some spaghetti with some tomato sauce at least, with some fresh vegetables, or with some fresh meat, some lean ground beef. That would be such a better choice, right? If she likes noodles, that would be such a better choice. No problem, Tank. You have a great night. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, just ramen is such a poor choice. I mean, if she could maybe eat fresh soup or some other kind of noodle at least. But the exercise, I mean, the exercise is something that maybe that could come in steps. You know, as she loses the weight, it'll get easier for her. but the ramen is something she might want to try to switch it up just a little, at least.
Away as I haul the food. So I got some of these cheddar jalapeno popcorn situations.
Popcorn. Okay, skinny pop. This is one of those things where it's dietetic if you eat a single serving. If you eat more than one serving, it's not dietetic anymore. And I don't know anybody who eats one serving of popcorn. Popcorn is, when you buy it in the bag and it's got all the flavoring added, it usually has a lot more calories. If you're going to eat plain popcorn with nothing on it and you make it yourself, that's not the worst. But all that packaged popcorn is usually loaded up with a lot of flavors and extra calories.
Type deal. I've never had it before, so I'll definitely.
Yeah, 47 calories per serving, but I wonder how small a serving is, right?
do a taste test. I got pesto tortellini Amy's TV dinner.
Pesto tortellini TV dinner. Why are you buying TV dinners? Like, I don't get that. Like this kind of stuff is great, you know, when you get home late from work and you're too tired to cook, you throw that in the microwave, it gives you something to eat. But Amber, you got all day to prepare food.
Fire roasted tomato and garlic classico spaghetti
tomato sauce, that's fine.
Some Budok spicy.
It's ramen. What is it with this? Ramen is just such a poor choice for anybody, unless you're in a real hurry. I'm not a fan of ramen.
So I got 2 of these ground turkey breasts, 99% fat-free.
You can't go wrong with ground turkey.
So this is a veggie loaf Amy's TV dinner. It is like meatloaf, but it's just vegetables. I got one of her chili mac bowls.
Well, nothing wrong with some ramen on occasion.
Coconut,
you know? I mean, especially if it's good
one of
quality.
my favorite treats lately. And then I really enjoy making BLTs and sandwiches, so I got.
Let me clarify that. Ramen is, when I say I don't like ramen, I mean like the cheap instant ramen. If you're getting, you know, fresh made ramen, good quality ramen, that's different. But I mean like the cheap instant ramen. That's the kind you should try to avoid. And bread. Bread is one of those things where if you only eat a slice or two, sure, but it's very easy to overeat bread. And I find that most people tend to overeat carbs. So just be careful with the bread, Amber. You've already got all that popcorn. You got all those bagels. I'm just not seeing much dietetic here.
Got the whole grain 15 grain bread. Got some grape Uncrustables.
Okay, then what Uncrustables? Maybe they taste good, but that's just like candy. That's just like a candy. It's just jelly and peanut butter on white bread. That's
Y'all,
like
they literally have heart-shaped pasta.
All right, Berea. I like Berea pasta. That's the brand I like myself. I always recommend Berea. I think they're good pasta at a good price. I have no clue what's up with the heart shape, but Berea pasta, sure. Pasta's good.
So I was like, I need to get this. Got some rotisserie seasoned chicken breast lunch meat, more milk, a red onion, pine saw, 2 boxes of bacon.
Bacon. That's what I don't get. Like I bought some bacon myself the other day, but I'm not like on a strict diet right now, you know? Like, and if I was on a strict diet, I would not be buying bacon.
Hot and spicy Duke's sausages.
And again, these kind of sausages and bacon and all this this is just such calorically dense food. This is the kind of stuff that you eat if you go hiking, if you exercise all day, if you're a teenager and you're skinny, you're trying to put on weight. This is not what somebody who weighs 500 pounds should be focusing
Highly
on.
recommend. Keep them in the fridge. Mozzarella string cheese. I need a new thing of sriracha. Salad mix.
Salad. I like the salad for her. I think that's a good choice. Chips. Why are you buying chips, Amber? Like, that's like chips, sausages. There's so much salt.
Some individual original Pringles and also some sour cream and onion ones. Nutty Buddies.
More Nutty Buddies. Burritos. This is just so much instant crap.
Some of these beef and bean frozen burritos. So my mom had to go grocery shopping today, so that's why a couple days ago she was like, do you want to go grocery shopping with me? So it worked out perfect. But let's do
Amber's grocery shopping. I guess if I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate her like a 3. It's not the worst. Like, it's not just all ice cream and chocolate and you know, that kind of crap, caramel and marshmallow. You know, it's not just all garbage, but there's so much junk food mixed in.
Grocery haul. I got Sprite Zero, my newfound favorite. It is Coca-Cola Zero, but cherry. Bounty paper towels, the literal best. Cat food, dog food, some Clorox all-purpose spray. I'm just gonna throw the bags back there. So I've been ordering takeout.
She bought so many meat sticks, you'd think she had a kennel of dogs or something.
A lot lately, 2 times a day, maybe even 3 if I'm hungry. So I know, like, in my rational brain, I'm not just gonna completely stop ordering takeout. I'm just not.
That's actually
so what I
a
want to
good,
do instead is like,
point.
Amberlynn, order it 1 time a day if you want to. for the rest of the foods that you eat. Cook it at home, make it healthy. So that's currently what I'm gonna try to do.
She just said that she wants to cook at home more, but like, is it really cooking at home if you're making instant ramen? Like she says she doesn't want a DoorDash, she wants to cook at home, but most of the stuff she's cooking at home is just instant food.
So I got some Brussels sprouts, some cauliflower.
Okay, that's good.
Some broccoli. I got some pickles.
Okay, this is actually looks like a healthy grocery haul. This one here, actually, I like the look of it so far.
That I like to snack on. These are like
vegetables,
the perfect size with the perfect crunch. I got 2 bags of.
Okay, I mean, it seems kind of like a waste of money to buy pre-cooked boiled eggs, but whatever, you do you, Amber. As long as, I mean, eggs are healthy, so I can't
hard-boiled eggs, a thing of mayo because
mayo. She was doing so well.
I want to make some like tuna salad, 2 cans of water chestnuts for.
Anybody here like water chestnuts? I'm not a big fan, but I do like to put some in the stir fry. Not a lot, just a few.
For when I make stir fry. I got some skinless salmon, some thin pork chops.
All right, I like the pork chops. I like the salmon.
Some sirloin steak.
Sirloin. You know, Amber, this is actually a good grocery haul. Compared to the others, I don't like the mayonnaise, but other than the mayonnaise, this has been a really good one. Pork chops, beef, salmon, vegetables. That is healthy stuff.
And 2 things of turkey kielbasa.
And of course, she has to ruin it with giant freaking kielbasa. And yes, turkey sausage is generally healthier than pork sausage, but it's usually still loaded with fat. It's usually just chock full of fat. So make sure you read the label on that. If you do buy fatty sausage, make sure to cook it so enough of the fat comes out, so at least you don't eat so much of it.
So here is the tuna for the tuna salad.
Tuna, that's healthy until she adds the mayonnaise.
So easy. I got 2 things of chicken sausage. This is Chipotle and Monterey Jack cheese.
All right, chicken sausage. This is one of those where you really have to read the label because it depends how much fat they use. If the chicken sausage has a low fat content, it's very healthy. If the chicken sausage is loaded with fat, it's very unhealthy. So that's really why it's so important. Pork sausage is almost always going to be loaded with fat. But there's depending on the brand of chicken sausage, some of them can be pretty healthy. So you have to check the label.
I've tried this kind before, but I already know I'm going to love it. Some white onion, some cottage cheese, 2 things of baby corn.
Cottage cheese is so healthy. I don't like it. I don't like how it tastes. I don't like the consistency. But if you like cottage cheese, buy it. It's so healthy. Loaded with protein, very little fat, no carbs, or almost no carbs.
I do my stir fry. Some minced garlic and some minced ginger. I got some delicious garlic stuffed olives. Oh, so good. Such a great snack. I got some mustard and some trash bags.
Mustard, overall, this is a good grocery haul. Especially for Amber, this is a good grocery haul. I'm going to rate this one so far like an 8.
But right now, because I have not ate today, I'm going to have some rotisserie chicken.
And
yes,
chicken, okay.
Can you
I'll
warm
rate this one an 8. This is a good grocery haul.
I don't think so. Literally says remove chicken from packaging. So I did get 2 things that are on the naughty list. I got some.
Okay. I just was about to give her an 8. I was thinking of maybe even upping it to a 9. We got to knock it down now. Giant thing of Uncrustables. Those might taste okay, but not a good choice.
Uncrustables. And you guys know I love Pringles. Love Pringles. They have this new thing called Pringle Mingles. So
all right, I got to knock this down to like a 6. It was up to an 8. This was her best grocery haul I'd ever seen from this girl. But we got to knock it down to a 6 because of the mayo, the chips, and the giant thing of Uncrustables.
Like, yes. So this is dill pickle and ranch. I love a dill pickle.
It was a good grocery haul up to that point.
So I'm excited to try these. I might try them tomorrow for you guys. All right, now I got to put everything away.
It's not exactly cooking, but it's better than DoorDash, right? Welcome in. Welcome in, Jizzo. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't remember what name you used to go by, but I remember your profile picture. I know I used to see you all the time. Welcome in. That's the foodie flex. Okay, and we're going to end it out with a fairly recent foodie vid I got. So let me put on the bumper. And let me switch it up real quick. And I thought that was a good Amberlynn segment. I really should cover this stuff with Beck, but I don't know it well enough to cover it very well. I know that allegedly Amber's stole Beck's inheritance? Is that true? That's pretty horrible if that's true. So let me cover the foodie stuff real quick. 1 second here. So I got a rage video from Foodie. These are always fun. And again, I got this one off of No, I Don't Think So, who I've been getting all my edits from lately. Ooh, Nutty does like the water chestnuts and bean sprouts. Likes them fresh, though. Okay, yo, I bet that sounds good, though. Yeah, that was actually a pretty decent grocery haul, I gotta say. No, that's true. And she orders so much DoorDash. It's crazy. Monster! All right.
Filters. Hello. Chip accountability. Oh, his chips are in the room. I'm half asleep, guys. I'm sorry. It's like 8:30 p.m. here, and
We're at 2. Leave 2. You're
5.
strict.
Lynn, actually, I did do a healthy grocery haul.
Oh, okay.
2 days
Jessica
ago, but I
Rizzo.
didn't
That's what it
film
was. I knew I remember.
You didn't film a healthy grocery haul. Must have been while she was still pretending she wasn't going to eat any junk or snacks. It's easier for you to pretend to eat a certain way than actually show us the food you're getting.
No, there's no.
Oh, and also I need to correct myself for anybody else who's not aware. Ramadan is not started yet. I thought it did. It does not actually start for 2 more days. So Foodie can still keep up this charade with her fasting or pretending to fast, at least for 2 more days. And then, then we're going to see what she actually does.
Chocolates or anything like that, but, there's some
I love their
things that
channel.
are not the best.
My favorite edit.
You withheld my comment about selling treadmill.
Yes,
What?
thank you so much. Everyone, be sure to click that like button if you're enjoying the video.
I don't ever withhold your comments. What are you talking about? I swear YouTube is glitchy. Are you gonna talk about Salon moving out? Well, now that you mention it, he's in the next apartment. There was one vacant. No, because I delete those comments, fake Korean. They make me rage. Are you?
I delete those comments. They make me rage. Foodie being very, very forthright for once, admitting that commenters make her rage. She usually denies it. So I guess that's a good thing. Maybe because she just doesn't feel like she even needs to hide it.
I'm in a different planet where the sun was rising at a different time. Did I just wake up? No, I'm going to bed. I was like, why am I tired? Like I was starting.
What is Foodie's schedule, by the way? Foodie has the weirdest schedule. I don't think she even has a schedule. I think she wakes up for 4 or 5 hours and then naps for a couple hours. Like that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer would sleep for an hour and then be up for 3 hours. I think that's how Foodie does it. Where she just she's up for 3 hours and she eats and then she naps for 2 hours and then she's up for 3 hours eating and then she naps for 2. Maybe like a lizard or a cat.
Starting to think am I dying? Well, I don't even want to go there because I know people think I am. But I'm am I dying? Because I'm so tired at friggin' 8:30. But I was up at 5. Of course you're gonna be tired.
Okay, so I was right. So 3 hours. She said she was tired at 8:30, but she was up at 5. Well, you were up for 3.5 hours. You had your food. Now it's time to get your nap. You're like a cat. You wake up, you eat your snack, then you go back to bed. Scratch yourself and poop in your box.
No, they were delivered. I'm I have no more diet soda. And then I'm well, why am I having, because right now it's hella February, right before the National Day, right before Ramadan. So the grocery store sales are off the charts. So I'm going to show you what I got. So I thought,
And this National Day of Kuwait, why not celebrate? For real. That's such an easy, guaranteed successful video. Everybody's going to want to watch it. Whether it's the Beezers who actually want to see you and Salah, or whether it's the reactors who just want to see you go out and be yourself, Foodie. Either way, it's the content that people want to see from you. So I don't see why you didn't force Salah into some awkward couples day to celebrate the national holiday together. I think that would have been really cringe, and it would have been a lot of fun to react to.
I just want to take diet soda and a few things, but I'm may as well get a bigger grocery order and then I won't have to do one. I'm gonna try to pace myself on the cheese. Like, I went through like 2 blocks of sharp cheddar in no time flat.
Did she? What was the
No
video?
wonder people are coming
I don't
up
mind,
with
checking
diaper
it
theories
out.
these days.
Like, what-
She will
like,
munch through blocks of cheese in a day without a gallbladder. That apartment must reek of death at this point. From high fat to high carb to high sodium, what's her obsession with the absolute worst things she can eat for her health conditions?
Alright, so
Fallen Angel, I was not aware of that. So Foodie's breathing has gotten so bad that she's using her CPAP even when she's awake now? That is concerning, because if she were to fall asleep after taking maybe some pills or something, she might just stop breathing in the night completely. Like that is that I would be scared if I were her. You know, I'm surprised she doesn't request an oxygen mask or something. Maybe she did, she just can't afford
all
it.
the frozen things. I keep putting groceries away. Alright, so I'm hungry. I might have a snack.
Gall.
Oh, somebody else pointed out that Foodie is down to 4 outfits. I can't prove it one way or the other, but from the videos I've seen, that sounds about right.
You just said you were going to bed after this stream, and let's face it, you're not hungry. You just see food at your fingertips.
Can't say no.
I have some, these are my favorite samosas. No, they're sambosa. Anyway, these are meat ones.
Okay, those look kind of tasty. I think it really would depend on the ingredients. This is the kind of food that it could be good quality or poor quality, so only Foodie knows for sure. If Foodie is buying it though, I would not make any guarantees on the quality.
Pre-packaged fried food, off to an amazing start.
And Salah's favorite, the juban, the cheese.
It's a Kuwaiti
I don't
delicacy.
really, the cheese are not my favorite. I like the meat or the vegetable
Welcome in,
ones.
Frida V.
Yeah,
Good to see ya.
okay, dude. You don't like the cheese ones. Don't pin this junk on Salah. You're the one who eats cheese by the block. We
she's
all
gonna
know that apart from the
go
Dina
to sleep and
nuggets,
not wake up.
you're
I
the
believe
one
that.
who inhales all this junk.
Got some tomato paste.
Tomato paste. All right, well, actually, tomato paste is not so bad.
I go through a lot of tomato paste because I use it in like everything. Rice. I make my pasta sauce from that.
Well, the thing is, when Foodie uses tomato paste, though, here's something she didn't bother to mention. Most of the time when she adds tomato paste, she usually adds like 2 sticks of butter or half a thing of cream as well. She always makes creamy, quote, creamy tomato.
Because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in a little while.
Yeah, she just said she was going to bed after this video, and I said, well, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in a little while. Foodie eats like a, trying to think, like a car needs gasoline.
Cool.
She has to keep her
Here's the
tank
frozen
full at all
things.
times.
So I got some samosa. You can actually air fry these. You don't have to fry them, but I probably will. Oh, pan frying. Okay. We're gonna do a wiener accountability check, okay? 4
Colonel
packs of
Sanders is like the chicken
wieners.
Grim Reaper.
Chicken wiener.
What is that? Well, those
Not
chicken wieners. The halal chicken wieners. If anybody forgot, when Foodie was in Thailand, that was like her entire diet. She stayed next to a 7-Eleven and just ate halal wieners every day. So I have a video of it, or a clip of it. Maybe. That's actually a funny video. All right. Yeah, Colonel Sanders is like the Grim Reaper for chickens.
The halal chicken wieners. The Thailand flashbacks are hitting me. Remember how she would eat 2 of those bags in a sitting as an appetizer? These wieners won't make it through the week. Watch her blame Salah for it too.
And she doesn't. And I, in a way, it's good, I guess, because there's a lot of carbs in a hot dog bun. But she doesn't even like put a bun or anything on it. She just like eats them plain. Like she just likes handling the wieners.
Sale.
She likes the
Very
texture
cheap.
of the wiener in her mouth.
Chicken wieners are like the cheapest food you could eat around. A chicken grill.
Okay. Hippieista made an interesting point. Do we really know if this is a chicken? Or if this might just be called the chicken? I mean, it does say chicken in English, but I mean, there's all kinds of fowl that are eaten around the world. And some of them are quite tasty.
Griller. So I can make my chicken puts in some beef meatballs. And they had a sale. What?
What did she just say? Did she just mouth a profanity?
And they had a sale. What? This is what 200 grams
What a pious woman.
looks like. Not rip off. Matzo cheddar.
She's upset that the 200 grams of cheese looks so small. Only 200 grams.
Big. What am I gonna have to eat? I could probably
That's all that's
eat
in those
an
hot dogs.
entire pack of those.
Oh,
Not the
Fallen
buns. I
Angel. That
usually
is
eat-
that's a very good insight there. I didn't consider that. But that makes a lot of sense, especially if her nose is a little bit clogged sometimes from all the cat hair and the allergies and all that. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense because Foodie's breathing is pretty poor.
Like if I eat a lot, I'll
Those
eat
sound good.
like 3 or 4 buns with the hot dogs, and then just the rest.
The only
I
halal
promise
wiener
to
she's
do
getting
that.
is the
And that's
chicken
what
one.
we call a self-snitch. It went from I could probably to this is how I eat a whole pack.
I thought it was sugar that's not good for diabetes, not sodium.
Well, okay. I'm no expert on diabetes. I know that it's true sugar is very bad for diabetes. But I'm sure, I guess sodium's probably not good either, though, right? Like, I know sodium's bad for high blood pressure, and that is something Foodie has.
Speaking of sodium, chicken stock. I honestly swear
Most satisfying wiener
I
she's had
do.
in a while.
Yes, I've eaten his chocolate bars and chips, but I don't really drink the apple juice. Although I'm tempted to have a.
I don't really drink the apple juice. I love how it's always Salah's juice. Salah's juice. Does anybody remember? Foodie did like a diet challenge a few months ago where she actually tried to be for real and she actually did diet for like 2 days. And the first day where she actually tried to diet and she went and bought healthy groceries, there was not one cup or box or bottle of juice anywhere to be found. What a coincidence that when Foodie was trying to diet and she actually seemed like she was serious, what a coincidence that all of a sudden Salah stopped drinking juice. Salah's juice, Salah didn't need any juice anymore all of a sudden once Foodie decided she wanted to diet.
Swig, but I won't.
And then when she quit her diet, of course Salah got all of his juice again.
This will spike. Oh yeah, Zach. pure, just like no fiber in it at all. Just like juice. Yeah. But
Welcome to
sodium,
today's
yeah,
W.
I gotta be
No
careful.
problem.
So I'm gonna try to like, if I have
Exactly.
samosa, I'm
Better
gonna
late than never.
try.
Hey, I'm not always on
and
time
just
either,
have,
so.
like- so I got some bread. These are mostly for Salah's
Okay.
breakfast, but I do eat some too. Hot dog buns, multi-grain toast. I bought a couple so I can freeze them. I need a snack. Can't handle this. So for a snack, I'm gonna have some marinated eggplant and peppers, and some fresh pita.
Marinated eggplants and peppers along with fresh pita. I mean, as far as Foodie's typical meals go, this actually sounds like one of the better ones. But again, this is such a huge day of eating because she said she's about to go to sleep, her day is over, and she's staying awake just to make an extra meal.
I do have a lot of vegetables in my fridge, but I didn't film it.
If the leaky eyes weren't bad enough as it is, why do you always use filthy tissues to wipe your eyes with? Straight from the mouth to your eyes. Nasty.
Never really
Wash
thought
my
about that, but
hands.
she does do that a lot.
I did at some point earlier,
Never really noticed it.
if that makes you feel any better. I love that eggplant stuff. I don't know how it's made, but it's delicious.
I think
Deagle,
she's
someone
just used to
clocked
it. I think Foodie always
Someone
feels
can
bad at
clock
this
my-
point.
How about that? This is about 3 liters of sunflower oil.
Wow, that's a lot of sunflower oil. Sunflower oil, I have to double check, but I think sunflower oil is probably one of the better oils. Like I know that there's, people will argue all day about which is best and which is worst. And I know that olive oil is generally considered the best. Avocado oil is considered really good. But I think sunflower oil is pretty decent, from my experience.
It's cholesterol free. Cooking oil can go on the couch.
But again, you gotta not overuse it.
What about these? Yes, yogurts.
Okay, Yogurt. I love to talk about yogurt. Yogurt's one of those foods that if you get it unsweetened, very healthy. But the sweetened yogurt, it's like eating a dessert. It's so loaded with sugar. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you get yogurt, if sugar is an issue, carbs are an issue, you got to get the unflavored.
Good one now. I feel ravenous.
Well, speaking of fruit snacks, I'm going to have a healthy snack. After the show, I'm going to eat some strawberries.
I'm sorry, but I've never seen someone chug their yogurt cup and moaning over it before. You'd think she would reach a point where she questions what she's doing with her life, but she has no shame whatsoever. Wouldn't be surprised if this is another request by Anime Sucks.
Sorry, I really am just...
Anime Sucks, about anybody not aware, is that's Foodie's feeder. Foodie, we always used to joke about how Foodie has feeders and they would keep things, secretly. Well, apparently one of them decided he's not going to keep it a secret anymore. He is open. And his name is Anime Sucks. And yeah, he genuinely likes to watch Foodie eat food. I don't know if it's purely sexual or what, but he gets a kick out of it.
Doing my eating like now. I haven't eaten in a while for real. I feel like I have to say that.
You do have to say that because nobody believes
I got
it.
some cream. But
this cream stuff. This cream is the worst. Oh, and I told you folks, I looked this up. This cream is actually only half cream. The other half is vegetable shortening. That's why it can sit on the shelf like that without going bad. It's half cream, half vegetable shortening. How nasty is that? I mean, if you don't have a fridge, okay, you have to do something. But if you have a fridge, why would you buy that like half and half, like half shortening cream? It sounds nasty.
this is light. See? Light. Got some pepper jack cheese. These are for Salah. These are vanilla custard desserts. He likes those. I do too, but...
Good for you, Stackish. And welcome
you know how
in,
much
by the way.
mustard, yellow mustard is here? $7.
Did you say $7 for mustard?
Desserts. He likes those. Cheese. These are for Salah. These are vanilla custard desserts.
These are for Salah. These are vanilla custard. Why is it that all of the desserts, all of the juices, every single thing that Foodie is not supposed to eat is for Salah? This is just, it's uncanny. It's like, I instantly know if it's for Salah. I know if it's for Salah because it's something that Foodie shouldn't be eating.
Desserts, he likes those. I do too, but you know.
At least she admitted she eats it.
How much mustard, yellow mustard is here? $7.
$7 for mustard.
I got some burger cheese, like grilled cheese and stuff.
I love that they call it burger cheese because here we call it American cheese. So now I know what they call it elsewhere. And American cheese is pretty crappy as far as cheese goes. I'll say that as an American.
So apart from the pre-packaged fried foods, you managed to buy the ingredients for hot dogs and that abomination you call the chicken poutine. Might as well just keep ordering out if these are the things you come up with.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of cooking here and there.
Her eye's about to exit stage right.
Bay leaves. I love bay leaves. Look what I have. Sweet
Oh wow,
oatmeal
Summer, that's an
cookies.
interesting point.
Sugar-free.
Welcome in, Summer. That is a very good point. Always check the label when you buy any kind of a pre-mixed drink because you don't really know what's in there unless you check the label. So very good point, Summer. Welcome in.
This is basically, there's these little bags.
Oh, the one that I use, and I don't like to endorse protein drinks or anything like that because I'm not sponsored or anything, but I want to say that Premier Protein pre-mixed protein drinks don't have any added oil. I believe they don't, but I have to double check. But that's the ones that I was getting from my mother.
The chips. This has 62 calories. Look how small it is. I want to try these. I just want to try a couple.
All right.
Do you guys try all your groceries when you buy them?
No, we don't.
Flaming hot.
No, I don't. In fact, Foodie, that is one of your worst habits. When you should never. I can understand wanting to taste stuff, but you open up one item, taste one, maybe two, but don't open up every single thing. First of all, things are going to get stale. They're not going to stay fresh if you open them all up. And if you snack on everything, there's just too much food. Like, how are you supposed to diet when you eat that much? It's crazy.
I can't do the no chip thing.
I just want to see how many chips are in one little bag.
Well, there's nothing wrong with
60 calories.
There's nothing wrong with using animal fats if that's what you like. I mean, I think as long as you use moderation, I think most fats are pretty reasonable. The only ones I like to avoid entirely are palm oil and soybean oil, just because I don't really like the taste, and I also the little bit of research I've done on those, they all look pretty bad.
It's portion controlled. I mean, I ate pretty healthy today.
Out of control.
I actually ate very healthy today, and I didn't eat that much. So fresh dill I'm gonna try putting it in egg salad sandwiches, and some guava, my favorite, which I'm gonna eat one now, and then that will
That's
be
a good point. It really is not.
I want to try
I would not pay $7 for that
and
one.
then that will be it. Specs appeal. You know what? When it comes to what you should and shouldn't do, it depends who you ask, honestly.
My opinion on diet soda is if you drink regular soda, like sweet soda, switch to diet. If you already drink diet soda and you really love it, then keep drinking it. But if you don't really care one way or the other, then cut it out. Because what it can do is, because it has all that artificial sweetener, it can dull your taste buds. So then when you eat like fresh fruit or something like that, you don't really taste the sweetness because the artificial sweetener is so strong. Some people don't have that problem. Some people don't mind it. But for me, that's an issue. So I like to avoid the artificial sweeteners for the most part.
Even when it comes to medical professionals, I've had so many different, what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat. It's crazy.
The scientific consensus around what you should eat and not eat as a diabetic is pretty clear. You're not confused. You twist the advice the doctors tell you, like how you turned the little palm of rice you were allowed into 2 big mittens of rice.
So I'm just trying to do whatever, small things.
Shortage of mustard.
Small changes.
Mustard!
Like what? Nothing has changed because you never tried. It's all a lie to distract viewers and farm sympathy.
I heard that too, Stackage. Another good reason to avoid it.
And this is a guava. I mean, I don't think what I got is bad. If you put it in relation to, it's realistic, in my opinion. It's not like I'm ordering KFC.
That's a good point.
I'm not saying I'll never eat KFC again, though. I mean, I think that's unrealistic. I don't know. I'm figuring things out.
In other words, the KFC mukbang is coming later this week.
Keep on what? Silver saw? Trying to eat things in moderation? You think it's more realistic to just cut everything out? I can't do it. So what?
I'll give you a good example. My mother, she drinks diet soda, and she doesn't really drink it anymore. Actually, that's a good point. She kind of stopped, but she does use a lot of that Splenda in her coffee. But overall, she doesn't really have an issue with it. But if I drink that stuff, it totally messes up my taste buds. If I use a little bit of that artificial sweetener, my taste buds they work weird for the whole day.
At least I'm doing something. Moderating never worked.
I believe in
Neither
that.
did going full
In fact,
throttle.
I need to get a seltzer. I'll be right back.
Extreme didn't work either. Any little thing I eat is super scrutinized, and whenever you have super scrutinizing people's food, makes it worse. It adds food guilt that you didn't have before, That's kind of why I posted on the community post what I had today to eat for my first meal. My second meal, I had no snacks in between. That was a perfect meal. Had every food group, all vegetables, eggs, very, very healthy. Then I had fish and rice.
Fish and rice? So you mean the grilled tapioca fish with a hubcap of rice and bread on the side?
At 4:30, not even, a little before that. I had an early dinner. And then now I'm just having this. No, Angie, baby. You just believe bull. That's your problem. What did I lie about? Every time I ask these retards this question, they could never answer it.
Gall, stop it. You didn't even get through this stream without lying. Queen.
Foodie lies so much, but yes, that's a good point, Elizu. Oh, yes, Denise W. Thank you so much. She is doing so much better. Some days, still a lot of work because I'm still getting her set up with her doctors and her therapists, physical therapists, and still getting things set up. She hasn't been home for that long yet, but hopefully it'll start getting a little bit easier soon.
Of gaslighting.
What did I lie about? One thing. I'm just tired of it. Like, F off. Okay, so name something then, Vanessa. Don't just sit there looking like an asshole. Name something I lied about.
Oh, Foodie's getting spicy now. I mean, this is... Name something I lied about. Chat. Can you think of anything Foodie's lied about? Like, I don't want you to you know, I'll be here reading for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, everybody, limit yourself to just one. Limit yourself to just one comment. But you can type one thing Foodie's lied about if you want. Oh, and I got to close the poll also. I left that poll up.
That means anything. Not pretending he paid for the meal. Who cares? It's so stupid.
Oh, hold on a
That
second.
means
Of course
that
she
they're
was the
looking-
goalposts. Tell me a time I lied that means anything. Okay. So it's not about if you lied. It has to be a lie that, in your opinion, also means something. All right. Yeah. Sure, Foodie.
Like an asshole. Name something I lied about. That means anything. Not pretending he paid for the meal. Who cares? It's so stupid. Something, you know, that's not a lie. Saying no more of this, no more of that, it's not a lie.
How is that
If
not a
you
lie?
at the time
How is that not a lie? How is it not a lie when you say I am not eating any fast food for the rest of the year? This is my last fast food meal, and this time it is for real. It is not a joke. I'm not lying. I mean, how is that not a lie? Like, what is this is, yeah, okay. This is called gaslighting. I know some people ask, what is gaslighting? This is gaslighting, where you try to convince somebody else that they're crazy, when in reality, you're just lying to them.
have the intention of doing something and then you can't follow through on it because you have issues with it or whatever. So I guess every single time, so I guess you're a lying too then, right, Angie baby? Because you look fat too.
There you go.
So I'm sure that there was a time in your life where you were like, I think I'm going to diet today. And then for whatever reason, you went back to burgers. Does that make you a liar? So get the out of my chat.
Let's go through some of these comments. These are great. Lizu with the harsh truth. Yep. Lies every time she tells us her weight. Oh, Perpetual Goose. If you want to put a somebody, you know what, somebody else. If one of the chatters wants to put a link to your channel. I mean, one of the mods. Want to put a link to Goose's channel. That's fine. Saying Salah's your husband. That is a good lie. Change your mind. It's not alive. She meant it the day she said it. That is a good way to put it.
Every single person. I didn't lie about time. Okay. So
Yeah,
these
somebody
are
post a link to
lies
Goose's channel.
that I do on purpose because I don't owe you that information. So if I have to protect myself and my privacy, yeah, I'm gonna lie to you.
Just
about
change
that.
your mind. It's not a lie.
Whatever.
Thank
And
you,
it's
Dunny.
technically not a lie. I said he had an emergency, something
Check
came
out
up,
Goose, everybody.
and he had to stay behind. I didn't specify what it was. I'm very vague on purpose. I'm vague on purpose. But that's not a lie.
yes.
You still can't come up with something that I lied
Cat.
about. Especially not things recent. You guys stay obsessed over stupid shit from the past.
That's a good. Oh, welcome to
Get a
King
life.
Fondue. Yep.
How about that? No, they're not naming lies.
This is just, she's just so full of, this is just such, like, I could probably just go over every word of this for like an hour straight, but we're not going to. But this is just such bull crap. Foodie, the crap is squirting out of your eyes. Like, you're just so full of it.
Saying you're gonna diet and then you don't, I guess everyone's a liar then.
Well, I mean, there's levels to this stuff, Foodie. If somebody says it and they really mean it and then they fail, I guess you could say maybe they lied to themselves, but I don't think that's the same thing as lying to your audience. I think there's a difference between intending something and failing and lying. And the difference is, Foodie, when you say that you honestly meant to do something, that you're already lying because your intention was never there. It was always a lie. I think that when you say it, your intention is what makes it a lie because there was no intention to actually do it.
Yeah, but too calls out my lies about eating. Well, then you're a liar too because you saying that you're gonna like. I'm sure at one point, whenever you said I'm gonna cam up when I lose my weight, just watch. Huh? Well, you haven't lost the weight, so I'm sure at one point you had to say to yourself,
that is Goose Chuck. I didn't realize.
And then you don't.
Perpetual Goose, you're Goose Chuck. I didn't even realize.
You go back to burgers.
Okay.
So I guess you're a liar too then.
People keep
you know what
changing
lying
their names.
is?
Welcome, Big
Deceiving
Goose Chuck.
someone on purpose. So whenever I say I'm gonna do this today, I have the intention of doing that, but I can't follow through. Oh, sorry, that makes me a horrible person. Whatever. I'm not saying I've never lied, but like whenever you're a public figure and people are all up in your business and you want to keep things to yourself, you have to try to find ways to keep your privacy. So that's why I was very vague about Thailand, for example.
Yes, good
What do
point.
other people say I'm
Very
lying
good
about?
point.
The biggest thing that people
Agreed.
accuse me of lying about is my weight. When I'm not lying about that. I've weighed myself a million
Jeez.
times. A million times.
Well, good
in
luck.
different countries, at the doctor's office, and people say I'm still lying. No,
Well,
I don't
Foodie,
think so.
okay.
I'm
Let
lying
me take
about
a
being
moment to
married.
address this one, because this is one I can quickly debunk, because I've looked into this plenty of times, because I certainly have an interest in Foodie's weight. This channel, like my big focus is on health related, weight related, and try to do some humor as well. But I really believe strongly in just analyzing and identifying the lies when it comes to the health, and because that's just something that Foodie just constantly lies about. So yeah, the weigh-ins. Foodie's always doing these weigh-ins. These weigh-ins are all fake. How do we know they're fake? Because Foodie gets on the scale and she doesn't let the number stop moving. The number is shifting by 10 pounds up and down. It's going from 320 to 340 up and down, up to 360, down to 320. It has not settled at all. And she jumps off and she's like, okay, that was my weight. And she just like picks a weight out of, the thing was sliding between 100 pounds in each direction, and she just picks a weight in the middle and she's like, oh, that's my weight.
No. And I'm sorry if you're offended by the R word, but when I'm angry, some people blurt out really nasty words. For me, mine is the R word when I'm angry.
Right?
People don't just blurt
Oh, yeah,
those
their
things
scale only
out.
goes up to
That's the
375.
real you seeping through the fake nice act. Instead of owning up to it, watch her blame her haters instead for making her say it.
I have 2 sets of scales? What? See what I mean? Well, apparently I didn't get anything good at the store. The thing is I'm never going to be able...
Well, that's the thing that really bothers me. That's something that really bothers me. And I noticed this the other day when I was doing the glitter and lasers vid. I really don't like when people say, quote, good food, and they're talking about food that to them is tasty. Just because it tastes good to you doesn't make it good food. I think we got to get rid of the idea of, quote, good food. We should have nutritious food, and we should have food that's empty calories, maybe. I mean, I have to think about this more for the way I want to word it. But I just don't like the way that some people call unhealthy food, quote, good food. That's not good food. It may be food that you like, but that doesn't make it good. It's actually very bad food. It's the food that's destroying your health. So it's very twisted thinking to look at unhealthy food as, quote, good food. That's just such backward thinking. And Glitter and Lasers said that the other day, which said her mom threw all the good food out and all she kept was rice and chicken. And I'm like, she threw out the good food and just kept the rice and the chicken. Okay, yeah, sure.
To make everyone happy with what I eat, okay? Everyone has an opinion. There's people who are on carnivore watching this, for example, who think that I should only be eating steak and butter, okay?
We deserve it though.
Diapergate. No, I don't agree. This is the thing. I'm not going to address 5-year-old stupid R-word bullshit. All right.
So she's not going to address wearing a diaper. First of all, you know what, Foodie? I can actually say for once I agree. I think it's probably a good idea to not share details of what goes on between your cheeks. I think you should leave that as a members only thing. Make people pay to hear that, like anime sucks, like your feeders. Yeah, I just got totally distracted. I forgot what I was going to say.
Right? Thank you. Of course, you're going to bring up the homeless guy. The one thing. Okay, yes, that was a lie. Do you have anything recently? I did help him, but not in the way I said it. Do you have anything recent, right and nerdy, that matters? Like a big egregious lie or a big lie that impacts your life?
Agreed.
Or whatever. The Thailand thing, it wasn't really, like I just said, I was very vague. And he did have...
I didn't lie. I was just very vague. This is such... Foodie, on one way, I like that she's at least addressing it, because this is something that ALR won't really do. That's one way. It's one way that I like Foodie more than ALR is at least Foodie will directly confront the commenters. She will at least, she's full of crap, but at least she's not going to run and hide from these questions. At least she's answering them. Her answers are complete BS, but at least she's giving us some content by answering. ALR wouldn't even address this type of question. Or if she did, she would wait 2 years to address it,
Have to stay back to take care of whatever, So it wasn't really a lie. I mean, I think failing on a diet doesn't make you a liar, doesn't make you an immoral person either. Well, it's because she lies to her audience about dieting and then blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Foodie, that actually matters. It matters because you play on your audience's emotions. You tell your audience that you feel close to them. You share your emotions with them. You tell them, you do your trauma dumping. You try to tell them that, oh, you're my support system and you folks are here for me and I'm able to share my problems with you and I can talk to you and I can listen to you and you're like my therapy. So you're okay lying to your therapist? You're okay lying to your support system? You're okay lying to people and then telling them that this is your real feeling? That's the issue because you go out of your way to tell people you're being authentic.
Like it affects your life, like big deal. I'm not following through on a diet, okay? Doesn't make you an immoral person. You collected money for homeless.
It makes you an immoral person when you collect money from your beezers and they send you money with super chats that say things like, good luck on your diet. I know you can do it, Chantel. Here's a donation so you could see my well wishes. I want you to know I believe in you. You should give those donations back if they're based on lies. Or maybe you should just stop telling those lies, or you should turn off donations. But don't accept money from people who are wishing you success on something that you just completely made up.
Cats. Yeah, and I've been feeding the homeless cats. What's your point?
So is Julia a homeless cat then? Seems like she's been getting the cat food whilst you pocket the rest of the donations that you didn't spend on supplies.
Okay, the things that people accuse me of lying about?
That's
no.
fair. That's fair. I've always said that too. I don't care if Foodie uses some weed on her own, but I don't like how she lies about it, and I don't like how she says, she tries to insinuate that, oh, I don't even want to use that anymore. I have no interest in using that. Remember when she was saying all that about how she feels so much better now that she doesn't have that horrible weed clouding her mind anymore? And when she lived in Canada, she was so miserable because she was addicted to weed and she was using it every day and it was horrible and she hated it and it was such a terrible way to live. And now she's with her real people and now she can relax and be herself and she doesn't need to be stoned all the time. That's what I have a problem with. The hypocrisy and the lying. I don't care if she smokes. Same thing with the sending the money too. Like if people want to send the money, that's on them. But I still don't like that she does it. I still think it's nasty by her.
Are you saying that, okay, anyone who's never told a lie in their life, put a 1 in the chat. Never. I'm just tired and I'm in a bad mood, I guess. They put me on this moral pedestal when they're all degenerates. Like,
yep.
But look in Salah's eyes, he hasn't even been on camera. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, I guess he hates me, whatever. So what? How does that affect your life if he hated me? Even if that was true.
Fair.
What
fair.
Kicks do you get out of that? Even if you did hate me, you think I'm gonna waste energy? You think I'm gonna like give a shit and cry over spilled milk?
I gave my cats away for you.
And be like,
this video right here says it is such a great example because that's another good point. This video here, she's really like going off on the chat. These people, this chat are her beezers. This is her loyal audience. It's not like she went to somebody else's, to like, FFG's channel and she started going off on the people there. These are the people who ostensibly are her fans. Why is she, you'd think that she'd be doing everything she could to show them some respect. Instead, she's just going off on them and rudely too.
Same thing with him. If we ever, like, anyways, you guys act like everything is the end of the world. No, I don't mean he simply spilled milk. I mean any situation in life. I'm not gonna let anything ruin my life. Bad.
Foodie is really uptight in this video, and this is not that long ago. This is the kind of stuff, along with the wild overeating, that makes me think there's some friction between her and Salah. But I don't mean the kind that she wants. I mean the kind of friction, emotional friction, not physical.
It happens, and you have to learn how to deal with it, and you have to learn from it and move on. My husband is happy. Who are you to determine his happiness?
Well, why doesn't he come here and tell us he's happy, if he's so happy? Why does he never seem happy?
Like, what? I'm not talking about what Salah thinks about my diet anymore, or what this and that, okay?
She is so angry in this video. Like, this is more angry than I've seen Foodie in a while. So that's telling me, at least I believe, that there, like I said before, I think there's some behind-the-scenes drama, and I'm going to be interested to see what it is.
See you, inshallah, in the morning. Okay, good night, guys. See you.
Yeah, right? I have a smoke on occasion. I don't deny it. But, like I believe that it's good to be straight up about that kind of stuff. I don't make a big deal about it, but I don't deny it. All right. Well, folks, I think we're gonna wind it down now. Hopefully you've had fun. I've had fun. I really enjoyed doing this show. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we had a really good time catching up on Foodie today. Next week, who knows what's going to be about. I think we'll probably do a clip of Foodie, at least. But I also want to do some glitter and lasers coverage again. I may look into HFC, and I may also look into ALR, because the ALR has been having a lot going on lately. I think she's still with Tommy. I don't think they really broke up. And that's part of why I haven't covered her so much, because when we do find out the truth, that's what I want to cover. More Anna. We are going to get some more Anna. That's what we are going to get. I'm just hoping that she'll release another video soon. All right, everybody. Good night. J-Bay. J-Bay. Yes, J-Bay too. J-Bay. We got to cover J-Bay. Good night, everybody. Thank you all so much. You folks are awesome. Somebody post Goose Chuck's new channel, by the way. Oh, you already did. Okay. Well, if you want to post it again, that's fine too. Otanky, be sure to check out all these awesome channels here. Hopefully, everybody got their link posted. If not, mods, please post a link if anybody needs one. And let me just say goodnight to everybody. So, good night. Good night, Goose Chuck. Good night, Elizu. Good night, Nirvana, Freedom Deep, Nutty, Rosebud, Tucker and Friends. Good night, good night, good night. Takes the cake. Good night. Good night, everybody. Be safe. Have a wonderful evening. And I will see you all around.